Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Blu-Roy Movies. Hope you're all doing well. Right, today it's going to be a bit of a different video. I've been tagged.
What have you done now?
No, a video tag. I haven't been arrested or anything. I ain't got a
Oh,
bloody thing on my ankle.
wouldn't be the first time.
Not on a bloody curfew. Jesus. Sorry about that, guys. No, it's a video tag. I've not been up to anything, I promise you. I've been tagged by Nerdy Geezer, who's got a couple of channels actually. He's got his main channel, Nerdy Geezer, where he's into films, but not only that, he collects comics and figures and is a big gamer. And he's also got a separate channel just for films called Nerdy Geezer Movie, which he put this video up and has kindly tagged me. I wasn't expecting from Lee, which I thank you. It means a lot to me that somebody will think of me and want to hear what rubbish I'm going to spout about it. So thanks for that, Lee. I'm going to put Lee's details down below both his channels. So if it's just films you like, by all means, go to the Nerdy Geezer Movies. If you like all sorts of stuff, nerdy stuff like that, figures, comics, games, by all means, go and follow both. Lee's a great guy. Like most of us in here, Stoutworth bloke sits in front of the camera and talks. Reminds me, well, just hearing his voice, he reminds me of Lord Sugar a bit. I don't know whether he's had that before, it's just a voice. But anyway, yeah, the video tag is you've got to design your own film festival, a 6 movie film festival, and put in any films of your choice. Now, I've thought long and hard about this. I've picked 6 quite different films, in my opinion. I think Lee said when he tagged me that I had an eclectic taste, and I think you'll find that this will reflect that opinion of Lee's. There's a couple of here that I've spoke to on my channel numerous times, and regular viewers of the channel will have seen them before, but I make no apologies about that because they're films that I'd love in my film festival. Right, my film festival is going to be called Roystock, taking great from a hero of mine, Wayne Campbell and Wayne Stock, but mine's going to be Roystock. It's going to be in the grounds of Blu-Roy Towers. We're going to have the big screen up. I'm well in with the big guy upstairs, so we're going to get unseasonably warm weather for the occasion. We're going to have some great food. We're going to have some big hot dogs, some really unhealthy burgers. We're going to have bottles of beer. We're going to have beer on draft. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have popcorn. We're going to have candy floss. It's all on me, guys. Come along to Blu-Roy Towers. You're all invited. Friends, family, subscribers alike. So let's get into it. Now, my first film is one of the first films I can remember watching back in the day in the 70s at home at my mum and dad's. We only had 3 channels, as people my age will remember. Very limited what you could watch. It took years and years and years for a film to come on TV. No videos or anything that at that time, so you were really beholden to what they scheduled, and they put this one on, and I just fell in love with it. And that's Steven Spielberg's Jules. What a great chase film! It moment it starts, it don't let up. One man against this trucker and this truck that seems to take on an entity of its own as it's chasing him down the highways of America. Spielberg's first film, a TV movie it was. Really glad I've got the 4K now. And just like I say, one of the films I first started watching and made me really get into films. I was always different from a lot of kids. Never been into like your Disney and your cartoons and that sort of crap. I've been straight into me action films, and I Bond as a kid and Star Wars when it come round, but Jaws. But it took years and years for me to see Jaws because I don't think it come on the telly for about 5 or 6 years after it had been in the cinema. So yeah, the first one I'd pick is Jules. Jules, in my opinion, what a great way to start off the festival. We'll all sit there and have a blast with that. And then we're going to follow that up with another film, again for the same reason, one that came on TV as a kid, and I just started watching it and became engrossed with it, and that's Roller Coaster from 1977, directed by James Goldstone. Great cast in this one. George Segal, Timothy Bottoms, Henry Fonda, Richard Widmark, about this guy going round blowing up fairgrounds. And I love fairgrounds as a kid. I think in the 70s it was quite tough for families, and you didn't get to the coast every year, I think, like they do these days. I think like we went every 4 or 5 years. So to get to the coast and to get to an actual fairground, apart from the like tin pot one that the Pikers used to turn up with every few months in the town, to get to the actual coast and a proper fairground was a real treat. And I loved the film set in a fairground. Really appealed to me at the time. They're trying to catch this bloke who's going around bombing roller coasters, and it's tight, it's taut, gets you on the edge of your seat. Just a wonderful film. For years and years, it only had a DVD release, which I had a copy of, and it was quite a valuable DVD. But then, thankfully, 101 Films brought out this Blu-ray in superb quality. If you haven't got it, I highly recommend it because great film. Next up, and a film, probably the first film that I thought was a perfect film, so that is why I've included it in here, and that's Ridley Scott, Harrison Ford, Blade Runner. What a great film. This would be watching my outdoor festival with a few beers. Just wonderful, brilliant sci-fi. The atmosphere of it, the city it's set in, the rainy conditions, I just love it. And Rutger Hauer, what a great baddie he is, and the speech at the end, just wonderful. Every time I hear it, doesn't matter how many times I watch this and hear the speech, the Tears in the Rain speech just makes me tingle. Yeah, beautiful film, and one I could watch. I still not watched Blade Runner 2049. I don't know, I just get the feeling it's going to bastardise my memory of this. I don't, and I'll probably be totally wrong. I probably will like it, but I just can't bring myself to put it in the player. Just call me a fool down below for all you want, but that's the way of it. If you're going to watch this film, watch the director's cut. Do not watch the cut with the voiceover, because it's appalling. Just watch it without that and work it out for yourself, because they just try to spoon feed everything to you on that cut. Yeah, brilliant film. I watch it once a year at least, and probably getting on for a year since I saw it last, so I'm due another watch. Next up is one you'll have seen on the channel before, and I make no apologies for it. Brief Encounter. Just love this film. Celia Johnson, Trevor Howard in acting tour de force. A film about relationships. Will it be platonic? Will it be adulterous? And what impact will that have on their prospective family lives? Like I say, just great acted, great shot. And regular viewers of the channel will know I've been to Carnforth Station where they filmed it all, and they've turned the station back to exactly how it was in the film, and it's just a marvellous visit. Home of the David Lee Museum. I urge anybody, if you're in the Northwest, just to go and give that place a visit, because it's a wonderful place for a wonderful film. I was in there in the summer, done a couple of vlogs in there, and I've even got my Brief Encounter mug, which I'm having my brief encounter with a cup of tea. Great film. Next up, I included this one, and I thought long and hard about it, purely for the fact that I went to the cinema to see it with my son, and it's the first, if you like, what I'd class as a proper film I went to see with him. I'd go and watch the cartoon film Robots and Toy Story, and you go because you're a dad, but you but they're not my cup of tea. I'll go because he like that sort of thing. But then he gets a bit older and he gets different interests, and he was very into space exploration and could tell me like how to put things into orbit, and I wouldn't have a clue what he's on about, but I just nod and smile. And then when he saw this film come out, he wanted to go see that with me, and that's again Ridley Scott, The Martian. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Fantastic film about Matt Damon's character being stranded on Mars and trying to escape. It's thrilling. It has you on the edge of your feet. It's also funny. But the reason I liked it so, just for the day we had me and my son together at the cinema, like I say, my first proper film with him, as I put it. And then we went to McDonald's afterwards, had something to eat, and it's just a day I'll never forget. And that's the reason why I've included it in my festival. So that's Ridley Scott's The Martian. And last up, another film I've talked about ad nauseum, and again, no apologies from me. 1960, directed by Tony Richardson, The Entertainer, starring Laurence Olivier, Brendan DeBazzi, Roger Livesey, Alan Bates, Albert Finney, Thora Hird. This is about Finney's character. He's an old school musical entertainer, but his career's been on the down, and this is him trying to get his way back up to the top while he womanises and drinks on his way to doing it. And great character study. But the reason I love it the most, it's set in an area of the country, Morecambe, that I love and go and visit at least 2 or 3 times a year. And I love seeing how the place looked in the 60s and how it looks now. And again, on my channel, I've done a comparison and some filming locations from this film. A film I'd never tire of watching. And then I'd share with you guys, and maybe afterwards I might give you a little slideshow of myself and my family in Morecambe in the places in the film. I think that'd be a very interesting way to round off my festival. I could show you some slides. I could do a Q&A, as long as it's not like, why are you such a prat or anything like that, but we'd have some fun. So that's my festival. Thanks again, Uli, for tagging me in that. I quite enjoyed it. I like getting the brain matter going now and again and having some thoughts. I'm now tasked with tagging 2 more of my cohorts in this. Normally I'd maybe tag James in something like this, but I'm not going to Sandlerfest. Sorry, James. So I'm leaving you out of this one. I'm going to tag, first of all, my good mate Sammy G, because, like myself, he's got an eclectic taste. He likes a Russian melodrama, and I'd be quite interested to see what he'd have on his festival. So, Sammy, no, if you don't want to do it, don't matter. There's no pressure, but I would like to see. And I'm also going to tag a guy who I believe deserves more followers. He's really interesting guy to listen to talking about films. He likes a lot of horror stuff, and that is Tim Cole. Like I say, he's a guy that I think deserves more subscribers. So I'd like to hear what his festival would be, and hopefully get some more interest in his channel, because it's really, really good. And again, another guy stands there and just talks films, which is what it's all about. So I'll put links to everybody's channels down below. If you could please go over there, show them some love. Tell them you're en route from Blu-Roy Towers, and that'll be great. And I'll give me a thumbs up if you've liked what I've done here today. Maybe thinking of subscribing. You want to hear more of this twaddle, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Ta-ra.